Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, everyone that's joined us tonight. Welcome to the first edition, the first episode of Rotate, the game show that's always got you circling back for more. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. My name is Pyro J. I'll be your host tonight. I have 3 contestants that are battling it out for wits and to win the grand prize of 5 gifted subs. Wow, big stakes. Yeah, I know. Well, guys, I'd love to introduce you to our contestants today, but first, why don't we go over the format? Why don't we learn a little bit about the game show and what's in store for us? We have 5 categories for you all tonight that our contestants will be engaging in and giving their best debate on. I'm gonna ask them 3 questions per category up here, and they'll have 30 seconds to respond. Let's take a look at our categories. Number 1 is agree or disagree. I'm gonna say a Rocket League-esque statement like, oh, Alpha Boost is the best boost that Rocket League has to offer. Agree or disagree? Let me know. Our second category is Hall of Fame. Now, I'm going to provide 4 casters, players, what have you, in the Rocket League scene. Our contestants get to pick 3 of them. 1 of the 4 will not make it into their Hall of Fame. Why? They'll have to let us know. Number 3 is This or That Mechanics Edition. Flip Reset? Musty Flick? Which one? Let me know. And our 4th category is Let's Get Controversial. I have a feeling this one is going to be a viewer favorite. After the 4 categories, 3 questions per, there will be 1 contestant that has the lowest score out of all of them. Yes, the weakest link, and they will be eliminated. After that, we have our last 2 contestants for the final round. This is a round robin. This is, I'll throw a category. They gotta say one after the other, until someone can't think of the right answer. Confused? Good. Me too. That's about all I have for you. Let's get into the show. We have 1 song until the show finally begins. This is our first episode of Rotate. All right, folks, welcome to the first episode of Rotate, the game show that always has you circling back for more. Have I said that enough times yet? Probably, but more times will come. We're here with our contestants tonight. Now, the real Jar, we're going to start with you. This is our caster for the JV Kansas University team, but also a player for their varsity team. Jar, how are you doing? And also, let me know if you think the casting or the playing side is going to help you out in this competition tonight.
Look, thank you very much for the invitation. I am very excited to be here. I understand why you thought that there were only 2 people here. Hybrid, pretty forgettable guy. It is what it is. But I will say, I'm pretty well-rounded. You know, the casting, the playing, I've got it all. So I'm not too worried about this competition here tonight.
All right, he's not too worried, folks. Feeling confident about his chances tonight, looking dashing in his Tetris suit. But we're gonna have to continue to the one man that he's already shaded, PVK Hybrid. But Hybrid, no shade necessary. This is a well-seasoned caster. We've co-casted in the Champria booth together before. This man knows what he's doing. Hybrid, how you feeling? And what's gonna go down on the show tonight? You taking the win? What's going down?
I don't have a lot of confidence. Jar is very well kept up on Rocket League stuff. But at the end of the day, he is Jar. So just like in this last caster clash, he will be going down to me in the finals. Alligatosaurus actually might make a push into the finals, and then we might actually have a battle on our hands. Pyro.
Interesting. Okay, so rivalries being born before the competition has even started. I wouldn't expect anything different from you guys. We're gonna round things out with Alligatosaurus. In fact, many of you stream folks just saw him yesterday on our channel. We casted some IGL together. It was a grand old time. Gator even has noted that I've been an inspiration for him when he began casting one of them, and for that we are so sorry. But Gator, thank you so much for being here tonight. Are you excited for today's competition?
I'm excited. I got lured into this whole scene by the person in the all fluffed up in front of you right now, chat. So I'm excited for it. It's going to be a good time. Hybrid, also another wizened boomer in the scene. So I'm excited. I didn't know what he looked like till today. So this is going to be interesting. Jar is going to be a threat,
sorry,
but also he's a one of those young buck college kids that doesn't actually have to work, so he can study this stuff all day. So we're going to see how this ends up going.
Whew. You know what? I couldn't ask for better. That's exactly why you guys are on the show. Let's get started, folks. Our first category is agree or disagree. Let's get into the contestants' responses and waste no more time, folks. The real Jar, it's to you first. 30 seconds are on the clock as soon as the question comes up. The question is, Space Station Gaming is a better team with Daniel replacing Sipical. Your time begins now.
Well, listen, this is the situation. I think that they are ultimately going to be a better team at the end of the day. However, it's not going to start in this winter split. I think it's going to take some time for Daniel to get used to it. As a 15-year-old coming up, a strong talent, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for them to make the winter major. Now, the spring major, that's a whole different idea.
All right, I'll give you a couple points for that. I think you could give opinion. You know what? I'm going to shut up. Hybrid, you're up next to answer the question. I'm not supposed to talk about it. I'm the host. You're the contestant. Give me your answer. Your timer begins now.
In all reality, a lot of me wants to say that I would agree with Jar, but because I don't, I'm going to go the opposite direction.
I like that.
Sipical has been with that roster for quite some time now. He's got their rotations down. He's got their positioning style down. He knows how that team plays. Daniel coming in, and this is why I slightly agree with Jar. They're not going to be good here in the winter circuit or with the winter split. I truly believe that they're going to be a lot better in. They would be a lot better in the winter split if they still had Sipical.
Fair enough. We are moving right on. Alligator Source, wrap up the talk about SSG and their recent replacement. Your timer begins now.
I don't think they're going to be. Daniel is cracked, but as Hybrid pointed out, Sip knows the team. He knows what's going on over in SSG, and it's a team that's had success. They've done well. They've had some hiccups recently, there's no doubt about it, and they do want to get over that hump. But one thing that gets lost in so many of these teams is that just because you have one hiccup, it doesn't mean you got to switch stuff up and move it. You can keep moving forward. You can keep getting better. And Sip is cracked. And him getting popped out, Daniel's good too, but I don't think it's a positive move.
Rotate right on time, Gator. You guys are doing pretty good so far. You haven't rubbed me the wrong way. I appreciate the different responses, and you guys are tied up at 2. Let's keep it rolling. Waste no more time. We're on to question number 2. Hybrid, you're going to start us off. 3 platinums can defeat 1 supersonic legend. Hybrid, your time starts now.
That's a tough one. In all honesty, I would say they're both about equal. And the reason I say that is because the Platinums do have the man advantage, obviously. So if they are Platinums in the consensual term of Platinums nowadays, to where they know how to flip reset, then they may actually have a chance because they can also pass at the same point. But the Supersonic Legend is a Supersonic Legend. And if them being solo, if they're a 1's Supersonic Legend, I think that will be a very strong push towards the SSL. But other than that, I think it's pretty equal.
All right, that was equal, but I'm looking for agree or disagree. Alligator Source, you're going to be up next. Your time begins now.
Hybrid, I'm disappointed. I thought you were going to be one of the wise people along here with me. No, 3 plats are not beating an SSL. There's how many YouTube channels that are reaching for some sort of content that try to put this kind of thing on here? It doesn't happen. The mechanics are so different. The game sense is such a higher level. You have a man difference, but my goodness, at equal level, you can 1v2 opponents in the right time. If you have an SSL going against plats, not even close.
I love the confidence. I love the response. Thank you, Alligator Source. We're going to move on. Jar, you have the final say here. 3 plats versus SSLs. 3 plats can defeat it, right?
No, No, it is very obvious to me. Three plats would get absolutely dominated in a way. I would agree with Gator here, but I actually have the experience. I've been able to play with some SSL, some high-level players due to the fact that I am a player here at the University of Kansas. In fact, I am a roommate with an SSL. He's upstairs watching this right now. No, the three plats are going to get absolutely dominated, Pyro, and it would not even be close.
I'm gonna be honest, you lost a point for trying to get an SSL to carry you in this game show here. You can let it happen in real Rocket League competitive, Jar, but not on this game show. Sorry to say. We're on to our final question of agree or disagree. Alligator Sirs, you're up first. Agree or disagree? Pyro J is an incredible Rocket League commentator. Your time begins now.
I mean, I'll have to agree. Incredible is a strong word, but I do think you're solid. We talked about it earlier. A lot of people love you. There's obviously a great community here, and you're on the up and up. So we're not going to brown nose too terribly much, but I enjoy the content. A lot of people turn out, and as you touched on, you inspired me and inspired other people. So for the obvious bait answer, we're going to say, yeah, if you do more than just commentating, you bring a ton of people in here. So of course I'm going to agree with that statement.
Okay, all right, interesting response. Thank you, Alligator Source. Jar, the question is to you. Agree or disagree? Pyro J is an incredible Rocket League commentator.
Now, okay, listen, Pyro, I love you, buddy, but incredible is a strong word. I think you can only save that for the upper echelon of Rocket League commentators. I wouldn't even consider myself an incredible Rocket League commentator, so no, I wouldn't say incredible, but Pyro, look, I do think that you've been improving an immense amount. I saw you from the first days back on your PS4 with the broken old camera. I remember it, Pyro. It was a good time, but I think you have been improving without a doubt.
I appreciate that response. Rotate Hybrid, you're the final responder for this. Pyro J is an incredible Rocket League commentator. Agree or disagree?
Highly agree. And the reason I say that, I do disagree with what Jar said once again, because what else is new? You don't need the word incredible to be the upper echelon. Incredible just means better than yourself. And Pyro, you are by far way better than I am and probably will ever be. And the reason I say that is because you have been doing it longer. You have experience. You have done a lot more things. You have stretched to more games than just Rocket League. A lot of what you do is, in all reality, what drives other casters to do what they do.
Well, all in all and outside of this game show, I appreciate the very honest responses from all of you, except for the part where I'm better than you, Hybrid. I would say that's up for contention, but we are moving on. That was round one. Agree or disagree, folks. I hope you enjoyed the round and got enough of it, because it's over. The scores stand at a 4 for Jar, a 3 for Hybrid, and a 6 for Alligatorsaurus. Alligatorsaurus, you're up ahead in the first round. How's it feel?
It feels good. I'm not going to say unexpected, but feeling confident.
All right, we want confidence here, so let's keep that going. We're on to category number 2, folks. The category is called Hall of Fame. This, folks, is where I will give you 4 top Rocket League people and what they do. You have to select 3 of them and 1 that does not make it in your Hall of Fame. It is time to begin this category. Hybrid, you're going to be the first up for this category. The first question is, in your Hall of Fame, who out of the 4 are in your top 3? K-Dop, Turbo Pulsa, Garrett G, and Violent Panda. Your timer begins now. And Alligatorsaurus, you're going to kick us off. We have content creators. Up next, our list is Sunless Khan, John Sandman, A Musty Cow, and Lethamir. Your time begins now.
Whew. Okay, so Sunless, John, Leth is obviously fantastic for the creativity and for the content he's creating. John, one of the OGs. Sunless, a fantastic content creator. Musty doesn't make the cut, and he's been good. He's been on the grind. I like to see what the kid is doing, but it's got to be Sunless, John, and Leth. They are that tier above. We're seeing so much more of that creativity coming into it. Musty is, I can't put him in there. It's a lot of the ones till I lose or just the hey gamer type stuff. There isn't the creativity that these other 3 are bringing to it, and that's what leaves him out of my top 3.
All right, I will let that statement stand as it is, and I will send it to the next responder, the contender, Jar. Who is out of your Hall of Fame?
The one that's going to be out is definitely Lethamyr, sadly. He is the one with the smallest following of the four. Now, if I was to build a Mount Rushmore of Rocket League content creators, I would make it 3 of Sunless, John, and Musty. The first one, of course, would be John Sandman, such an OG, the man that paved the way for everyone else in the Rocket League scene. Musty, a great content creator, has a lot of entertaining content, and of course, Sunless, probably the best producing content creator we have in the scene.
Rotate it to our final responder for this hybrid, who is not in your Hall of Fame.
What else is new, Pyro? Jar is absolutely incorrect. Lethamyr definitely makes the cut. He creates maps for his content. He builds the maps, some would say, a lot of people, better than Psyonix does, or Epic Games, or whoever actually does it for them at this point. So definitely Lethamyr, Sunless Khan, and John Sandman make the cut. Musty, I'm sorry, you're out. The content is just not there for me, bro.
Ooh.
Great player, great content overall, but just not up to par with the other 3. Jar, what were you thinking with that, man?
Oh, rotate. Wow, I mean, listen, you know, the oldies didn't pick Musty and the younger one did. Okay, what a surprise. We're on to our final question.
I gotta bite my tongue.
Hall of Fame. And the question, it's casters. Wow, casters, look at that. Or hosts, or whatever you want to call them. Now, I should caveat this, and we are all casters. This is not my claim for the top 4 of all casters here. This is simply 4 of incredible. You could call them incredible. Maybe, some would. I don't know. Here we are. I believe, Jar, you're kicking us off for this one. Who is in your Hall of Fame?
Sadly, I'm going to have to kick out Gibbs here, just for the fact that I would call him less of a caster, more of an analyst. Now, Johnny Boy, of course, gonna have to be up there. Shogun, that's probably the top duo in Rocket League, and Leaf is up there with him. He's always, in every event that you want to see, Leaf is one of the top casters up there. But Shogun, Johnny Boy, definitely the top 2, and Gibbs, sadly, the man that sits in the net, sadly, is not gonna cut the top 3 for me on this one.
All right, you heard it from Jar. We're going to rotate to Hybrid. Hall of Fame. Let us hear it.
Definitely Gibbs is not making that cut. I apologize, Gibbs. You were a great player back in the day. You were a great caster back in the day, but Jar was correct. Don't clip that. You know, he is more of an analyst than he is a caster at this point. Johnny Boy came up from the ground, threw his own streams together, and now he is a certified RLCS caster. Let me rephrase. Shogun and Leaf are definitely up there as well. They've been doing it forever. They have the experience, they have the finesse with each other, they have that camaraderie and that morale, and that definitely helps them out a lot.
Rotate it to Alligator Source, the final responder. Hall of Fame, Gibbs, Shogun, Leaf, Johnny Boy, it's to you.
I'm gonna go really spicy with it, and I'm gonna say Leaf, and I hate to say it, and because I love the dude, I really do. Shogun and Johnny Boy are top 2. There's no way that they don't get cut out of this. I mean, they're goats. Gibbs, another one of the people. All these players, or all these casters, all these analysts have been here since day one, and yes, Gibbs has gone more to a desk role. He's gone more to an analyst role. That can't take away what he's done for the scene and what he's done for casting. And this is a Hall of Fame. That's all time, not right now.
But he's not a caster now.
All right, we appreciate all of the responses there. I did muddle with your points there because I was giving them all to Jar, but I fixed it. I promise. Alligator Source sitting at 10 points here, Jar at 9, and Hybrid at 7. Hybrid still playing a little bit of catch up, but I feel like you're gaining some ground, maybe.
I hope so. Disagreeing with Jar is not working for me so far, so I'm gonna keep to my guns and keep disagreeing with Jar.
Alligator Source, you are up first for this category. The first of the 2 mechanics is Turtle Shot versus Wave Dash. Your time begins now.
Easy. Wave Dash. One of them is useful, one of them looks cool. One of them is going to happen in casual matches or private games, so somebody can put on Twitter and feel better about themselves. Wave Dash is actually such an established mechanic that is just crucial to developing yourself as a player to try to get to these higher speeds, to the higher level. Yeah, Turtle Shot, again, it looks cool, but style points and goals, they don't make a difference. What matters is the goal. What matters is to be faster than your opponents a lot of the times at the higher level gameplay. So Wave Dash all day over Turtle Shot.
And rotate right on time. Very nicely done. Alligator Source, we're moving on to the real jar. Turtle shot or wave dash?
Pyro, I'm honestly disappointed in you for this question. You didn't even make it difficult. You didn't make it, maybe we could go this one. Obviously, the wave dash, Pyro. Come on, we never see turtle goals be used ever. Like, that is just not a touch that pros or you would use in ranked. It's just not something that is actually useful to the game. Wave dashes are some of the most useful mechanics as far as keeping momentum, gaining momentum, and truly finding your way around the pitch.
All right. We'll take that answer, except for the first part where you were, cussing me out there, Jar. But, anyways, we're on to hybrid. Turtle shot or wave dash?
By far, wave dash. 100%. I wave dash in every single game, multiple times. I can't count how many times I wave dash in a single game. I can tell you how many times I turtle shot in a single game. 0. I have no need for that. I also can't do it, but listen, we're not on that. I have no need for that. You don't see pros going for turtle shots. You see them wave dashing around the field. It's good for speed. It's good for positioning. You don't want to flip when you're rotating back, because if you flip, you are committing to that single direction. If you wave dash, you can quickly turn and change direction and change course.
Hey, we're going to change course out of that answer. Thank you, Hybrid, for your response. We are on to the next question. Beginning this one off is the real Jar. The question for you on this or that is no flip versus stall.
A no flip definitely is going to have to be my answer on this one, and this is because it actually does have more of a use as far, they're both more freestylish mechanics. It's more to look good at the game. However, a stall is definitely more so used in the freestyling area, and Pyro, we're not freestylers. We know nobody in chat is freestylers. We're not good enough to do that.
Nobody.
We're trying to play the game competitively, and the no flip is definitely more useful in that sense.
Okay, fair response. You didn't use all your time, but we'll take it. Hybrid, you are up next. No flip or stall?
No flip, hands down. Stall, great. It's mechanical. It's extremely mechanical, but it's flashy. It doesn't always get the job done. A lot of times you're going to try and go and do it. You're going to fail, and you're just going to give possession away. Those are people that are in casual games trying to get clips, like Alligator Source said earlier about the turtle goals.
Okay.
But no flips, by far. Use them in almost every single game. I don't catch myself taking a shot without doing it because it helps you better place the ball on the net. It's just an overall better mechanic, hands down.
Okay, we'll take that. Rotate. Alligator Source, no flip versus stall.
It's the no flip. It's so much more useful, and it's more consistent to pull off. You can pull off a stall, yeah, you're gonna look cool, whatever, you're gonna slow the ball down. No flip, you're pulling power out of nowhere, and you're just putting booms on it. What's the point of playing this game is to put the booms on it, and to try to get as much power, and to try to do what you can into this game. You're stalling, cool, you pulled off a mechanic that stalled the game. Good for you. Are we going to celebrate people for stopping their car? No, you want to see that power. You want to see them move forward, not stay put.
I gave you a point for boldness, Alligator Source. I gave you that. We're on to the next question. It's going to be Hybrid that kicks us off for... Is it Hybrid to kick us off for this one? At this point,
yes, I believe so.
Losing track. Well, we'll give it to you, Hybrid, either way.
Sounds
on
good.
This or that. Half flip versus reset. Flip reset. Hello.
Yeah, by far, half flip. Yeah, listen, you are in a terrible position on the field, and you need to get back on defense because your third man's pushing up to play the ball where you could not. Half flip is your fastest way back. You get that half flip, you find a boost pad or two, and you're back in position to make a save if something goes terribly wrong up the field. Flip reset. Yes, it's very fancy. Yes, it can be very dangerous if used correctly in the offensive half, but think about it. Defenses win championships, not offenses.
Oof, that is another point. Hybrid. We're going to rotate over to Alligator Source. Half flip versus flip reset.
This one, I am a little bit more torn on compared to some of these other ones. I am going to go towards half flip because the utility is fantastic. It is something, again, the vast majority of players, as they're going up the ranks, they're going to have to learn how to use. It becomes a staple of any player's arsenal. The flip reset is fantastic. It does separate players at some point, but it becomes defendable and it becomes stoppable. Versus a half flip, it's not something that you could get stopped unless you demo the player. It just keeps your speed higher, it keeps your momentum going, and it keeps you in the game.
Give you an extra one for that. I am a little topsy-turvy on defendable for the flip reset, but we'll head over to the real Jar now. Finally, half flip versus flip reset. Your last one to close us out for this category, this or that. Your timer begins now.
You know, guys, we're all casters. I'm slightly upset that both of you guys chose half flip. Of course, now, what do you learn first? Sure, you learn the half flip first, but what's more entertaining? What's more satisfying to pull off? What is a more fun mechanic? The flip reset, 100%. At the pro level, it's used every single game, multiple times a game by every single player. It is one of the most high level mechanics in the game, and it is definitely going to take priority over half flip.
Okay,
But it also gets defended every single game.
Oh,
Fucking half flip.
Jar, you had me, and then you said it's used every game. So is the half flip, buddy. So
in the pro level.
Is the half flip at the pro level as well? Come on now. Now, if you're in my game, the half flip, unnecessary. Believe it or not, folks, we made it to a tied up situation. Yeah, tied, folks, across the board, 15, 15, and 15. It comes down to this final category. It's almost as if it's scripted. That's weird.
I thought you said not to talk about the script.
Now that I say that, oh, did I say that out loud? Okay.
He unshared it from me right before the game started. So.
Anyways, we have our final. Wait, Hybrid, did you just mention the script, by the way? Did you just confirm
I
that
didn't
was
mention anything? Actually, I think Alligatorsaurus did.
Oh,
I
don't know.
hear
I'm pretty sure that's a mute. I'm pretty sure that
Chat's talking.
I'm pretty sure that that's a mute. Okay, well we'll hear from Hybrid later, folks. I don't know what he means about a script or anything, but you know, we'll get to that later. We're on to our final category here, folks. It's gonna be, what is it? Let's get controversial. Alligatorsaurus, here is your question. Is Rocket League a tier 1 esport? Your time begins now.
Okay, you're starting it off controversial. I don't think it's tier 1 because tier 1 says that you're at the top and there is room for this to grow. The sky is the limit for what Rocket League is. And if you say it's tier 1, you're saying right now that it's already at the top and it's already part of it. It has room. It can get so many more people than what it has right now. The prize pools could be so much bigger. We got to be controversial and we got to call it like what it is. What I'm saying is it has room to grow.
I salvage you a point, Gator. I salvage you a point. Where I did the Jar rotate. Is tier 1 a Rocket League esport? Yes, you know what? I just went with it. Jar, please take it away.
You know what? On this one, I'm actually gonna say yes, I do believe it is, and that is because of the potential. It is a game that, look who's in chat. We saw Mama Hybrid, we saw the Mom Jar, Grandmama Jar. Anyone can understand what's going on here when compared to some other tier 1 esports like CSGO or Fortnite or whatever you want to say. I do think that Rocket League has the greatest potential and will be able to soar to new heights in the esports scene.
Oh. He even casted that answer, guys. Did you hear that? I heard some inflection in the voice. It's like we're all casters or something. Hybrid, I'm rotating to you. Finally, is Rocket League a tier 1 esport?
You know, I truly believe it is right on the cusp of becoming one because of the fact that how many other esports in the professional tier 1 category have collegiate teams. Rocket League is pushing to get all of those colleges to have those teams in their rosters in that band of category. So with that being said, once they have all of those colleges in there and in that Rocket League scene, hands down, this is going to be a tier 1 esport because it covers every single category that a tier 1 esport requires.
Rotate. All right, that's it for the first response. We're on to the next controversial. Listen, folks, I'm not going to be kind about these ones. You know, you either hit the mark or you don't. We're on to the next question. Jar, you're going to start us off on Let's Get Controversial. The question is NA versus EU. Your time begins now.
Now, it's upsetting that I have to go first on this because truly I would love to hear the other two's answers. They're going to follow me because we all know that EU is the greater region as of now. It is upsetting, and I am more of a fan of NA teams. However, it is true. Europe has better teams. They have the play style that we're all going to have to follow at the end of the day. We saw it happen even in the caster clash at 4 in the morning. We saw a team from Denmark on East servers make it all the way to the finals. We all know it's true. We all know EU is greater than NA.
You're a humble man for being able to say that. Jar, I'm gonna rotate to Hybrid. Your time begins now. NA versus EU.
Hey, Jar, you remember what happened at the end of that caster clash in the grand finals? That's right, an NA team beat an EU team. So with that being said, yes, NA is better than EU. They have so much more potential in the back end than EU does. Yes, EU has a lot of championships, but guess what? So does NA. Yes, EU has the 4-time champion, but NA will soon have that as well. This is not even a question. NA takes the cake hands down.
Turbo lives in North America. What are you talking about?
He won.
I cannot.
Rotate, Alligator Source. NA versus EU. The question's to you.
Where was he?
I hate to say it, it's another type one, but it's, again, controversial. I'm going to go with EU on this because there's more support at the bubble scene as well as at the top. They have done better in international competition, and they do better to support the teams that are coming up. And there is a lot that happens in NA with picking up these rosters that have what it takes, but EU is where you're seeing the actual established getting higher paychecks, getting salaries out to these players to build it from the ground up, and EU is building the future of the sport better than NA is.
Confident answer. We have one final question, folks, before the final elimination, or the first elimination, of course, and the question, I believe, is to Hybrid. Hybrid, let's get controversial. The question is, best Rocket League song. Your time begins now.
Hands down, the song that came out when the Sandy Shores DLC and map came out. That nice 80s vibe that came with that really, I mean, don't get me wrong, I wasn't born in the 80s, but that really took me back to when I was a kid, when that's all my parents would listen to. Hands down, threw me for just crazy nostalgia, and yeah, it's by far best song.
Name of the song?
Good question, Pyro.
Oh, all right. We are going to go to Alligator Saurus. You are up next. Best Rocket League song. Your time begins now.
Playing with the boys.
This one is, I'm going to be a little in-game. The one I'm going to go with, the one that I associate the most with Rocket League, is going to be Dry Bones, which played a ton during the older RLCS broadcast. And it is just a classic. It is a banger. It's actually in my playlist. It is one of the most associated songs to me. We're coming here for controversial takes. That is it. And that is my #1 song for Rocket League.
Just out of curiosity, I heard Dry Bones, Alligator Source. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that what
Bone Dry. It's a Bone Dry, not Dry Bones.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
He did not know the name of the song. I mean,
We'll head over to
weird.
the real
That's cool.
Jar. Best Rocket League song. Rotate.
Now, Pyro, I gotta say, I think you chose a great song as your little staple to play on your saxophone. The song that Hybrid was looking for, called Glide. It is one of my favorites, without a doubt. It has to be at least an S tier at the lowest on anybody's Rocket League song rankings. It's one of my favorites. I know it's one of yours, and chat loves it as well. One of the best Rocket League songs, no questions asked, all day long.
I'm sorry, the real Jar, did you just say Glide? I just wanted to clarify that.
Of course I did.
Oh, well, let me just really quickly. That is the end of phase 1 of Rotate, folks. We have a clear winner so far. We have a clear loser. It came down to the wire, but Hybrid, you are the first contestant eliminated from Rotate.
I'm sorry.
And listen, I'm seeing a lot of you're the winner in our hearts, Hybrid. So you got some fandom out there, and we appreciate you tonight. But folks, that is all we have for the round 1. We're gonna pan over to an intermission. This is totally what I wanted to do here. An intermission is up next. We're gonna have the very final round between our contestants Alligatorsaurus and the real Jar. That is next. Don't go anywhere. Oh, and there's also an advertisement right after this. Stay tuned for that. Hi there. Have you or a loved one been stricken by fear and confusion for not knowing what creator code to support in the item shop in Rocket League? #ad, #epic partner. Have you just supported the same creator and you just don't know who deserves to be at the top of your list on that creator code? #ad, #epic partner. Well, I have good news for you. You are entitled to financially compensate a creator that you know, PyroJ, P-Y-R-O-J, in the creator code item shop, Rocket League, #ad, #epic partner. You can support a man who is alone, single, desperately unfunny, shorter than the average height. That's barely by 1 inch. It's the North American average male height. You get the point. He needs your help. So go and support a creator. #ad, #epic partner, and type in PYROJ, PyroJ, in the item shop today. Save a soul. Thank you. And this is the final round of Rotate. Jar, you were gonna. Oh, and contestants, do the rules make sense? Are we set, or any questions?
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
All right. Your first category, Jar, you'll start this one, is Rocket League maps. I'll give you about 5 seconds to give your answers, but then we'll pan over to the next one. Jar, you're up.
I'm going to start with Utopia Coliseum.
Okay.
Champions Field, of course.
Okay.
Aquadome.
Beckwith Park.
Okay.
Manfield.
Mm-hmm.
Farmstead.
Mm-hmm. 3, 2, 1, 0. That is the first round, our final round. Folks, you made it pretty far, but Jar, what happened there? I thought, after shaving all the hair off your head, you made more room for wisdom. What happened?
See, well, you gave us an example, and the example you said, for example, we would do something like Rocket League maps. So I stayed as far away from Rocket League maps as I could for the last week. I was like, I'm not going to research that. I'm not going to research this. I'm all in on everything else Rocket League, because you gave that one as an example, and that was,
Yeah, that was a little tricky little thing I did there. Well, the point is to Gator. Well done, Gator. Our next category in the final round is Rocket League vehicles. Alligatorsaurus, your first response begins now.
Octane.
Fennec.
Dominus.
Grog.
Takumi.
Scarab.
Merc.
Lamborghini.
Batmobile. 2016.
We're taking Batmobile. Jar, you next.
The NASCAR.
Okay.
Vulcan.
Yep.
Esport.
Yep.
Proteus.
Okay.
Breakout.
Yep.
Mantis.
Twinzer.
Outlaw.
Mm-hmm.
Ripper.
Uh-huh.
Mudcat.
Yes.
Maverick.
3, 2, 1.
I'm brain farting. I lost it. I can see it in my
That
eyes.
is
I get
Jar's point.
Yep.
Okay, Congratulations. That was under the pressure. That was pretty darn good. I gotta give it to you. We are on to the final category, folks. This is it. The player who wins this will win not only the first episode of Rotate, the winner, but they also get 5 gifted subs. Huge on the line. Huge, not really that huge, but huge. Okay. Jar, you're going to begin this final category. Are you okay with that?
I would love to.
Okay. Your final category, folks, is Rocket League Decals. Ooh, not an easy one. Jar, your time begins now.
Dissolver.
20XX.
Bubbly.
Heatwave.
Lone Wolf.
Huntress.
Stripes.
The branded NASCAR ones.
I'll allow it.
What? Wow. Okay. Lightning.
Narwhal.
Mr. Monsoon.
Mainframe.
Wings.
Biomass.
Trigon.
Fire God.
Three, 2, 1. We have a winner, folks, in our Rotate game show. Congratulations, Alligatorsaurus. You're our champion tonight.
Much appreciated. Thanks for having me on, Pyro. You're absolutely a legend. Thank you for putting it together with all the work. Thanks to Jar and for PVK Hybrid coming in. Y'all are great, and it's been a good time. They're guys that I love to be able to banter with, and obviously no hard feelings. It's fun, and Jar shaved his head for a great cause. I mean, he wanted to look more like me. We get it, but he's missing about half the look. But anywho, no. If anybody wants to catch me out, twitch.tv/alligatorsaurus. I also cast. All of us, as mentioned, are casters here. I do a lot of IGL, and also am involved with Cirque Tree Gaming, so that's super cool. You can hit me up on Twitter at my tag below right there. It is Alligatorsaurus with an O, because every username on Twitter has been taken 10 years ago by people who haven't tweeted in 8. So if you want to hit me up, that's one of the best places. And otherwise, lurking in these guys' streams and hanging out here. So yeah.
Beautiful. Congratulations, Alligatorsaurus. Jar, thank you so much for being here. Hybrid as well. We know you're in the void somewhere, and okay, you're right there in chat as well. We appreciate you, Hybrid. I am not gonna spit some bars. I will spit some bars later this stream, though, for you.
Aww,
Gator.
You still have me muted, don't you?
Oh, I do not, you little. All right, I'm out of this call. Bye, guys. I'm out. Hey, you know what? I will give it to the man. He tried making an appearance there at the end. Fair play. Folks, that was the game show Rotate. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you were entertained. We are not done. Folks, we're just getting it started. We also are just getting this stream started. I'm not sure if you knew this, but I'm a Rocket League commentator, and we have 2 Indie Gaming League Tier 2 and Tier 3 matches to feature tonight. It's going to be a good time. If you want to stay tuned, feel free to. If you just wanted to hang out and enjoy the fun tonight, then thank you so much. We're going to go to intermission before we get these next IGL matches off. I'm going to take this suit off, and I'll see you very shortly. Thank you.